Hello, divine souls. Number 2. I am inspired to share a little bit about my time here in Glastonbury, especially what is going on and my experience with the Magdalene Chapel. So there is a very beautiful sacred space here in Glastonbury called the Magdalene Chapel. It's hidden on the main road, and you enter through this little pathway, and then you get to this beautiful garden and then a tiny little chapel in devotion of Mary Magdalene. It has been prayed in for over 800 years. The energy is so beautiful. The energy is so clear. So I just want to share a little bit about my experience these last couple days. I had the honor to join a dear sister and gatekeeper priestess of these lands. And we got to be there together by ourselves. She had the key. We opened, we entered, and we got to just be in ceremony together in that space. And it was so profound, so profound. And besides the clarity that really rushes through in that space due to the vibration that it holds, its natural frequency is so pure and clear of divine light love, that when we enter into it, we are also engulfed in that, and it supports the clearing of our own channel. And I'm going to talk about particularly what happened yesterday on the 9/9 portal, September 9th, 2023, because it was a really beautiful transmission. As soon as I closed my eyes, I had a really powerful vision of Christ on the cross. And when I talk about Christ, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about the very real human being that Jesus was, Yeshua, and his beloved Mary Magdalene was. And there is such a remembrance happening right now of their lives and what the true meaning of their teachings is. It truly has been so polluted and misconceived for too many years. And like everything, light is being shone onto everything. The true story, the true teachings are being revealed now. And for those of you who follow my work, I love doing pilgrimage to the south of France, to Greece, to Egypt, to all these beautiful places where Magdalene has moved through and has left reminders of the true Christ teachings. I call it the carriers of the Christ light, the information that carries the Christ light, which is truly in essence just to know that you are divine, that we are the Christ, each one of us in body. That's it. That's it. And there's no separation. We are all souls of light, unconditional love, incarnate, having a human experience. We're not here to suffer. We're not here to be inflicted with pain. We're here, our natural state in the yogic text is Ananda, Satchitananda, to be in bliss. That may be hard for some of you to believe, but let this inspire you, because if that's not your state, let this inspire you and know that you can return to that. Of course, it's a journey. That's the spiritual journey of taking all of the layers off that have accumulated on top of us, like all the layers of dust on a house that has not been cleaned for a long time, all the tangles and hair that has not been brushed for a while. It is your spiritual journey to clean up the house and to detangle your hair so that you can see with clarity what truly is, what is truth. And that truth is love and bliss. I hope this inspires some of you to take this journey, because it is truly beautiful. And so these lands, when we walk the lands of the Christ, when we walk the lands of Magdalene, we remember just by literally pilgrimaging, walking on these lands, we walk ourselves home to the deepest truth of our essence, which is that we are the Christ embodied. We are unconditional love. We are the divine. We are God, Goddess embodied. That's it. And so being in this chapel of Magdalene, it's just, you can reconnect to that experience, the experience of our own divinity. And that is really powerful, because when we experience ourselves as the divine, what happens? Well, there's no more space to play small. There's no more space for doubt. There's no more space for fear. If you recognize and experience yourself as the divine, guess what? You are the infinite. And everything that births through thought or word or action from you is divine. So this trust, this empowerment, this reclamation of our sovereignty awakens. And through permission of just being who we truly are, our authentic self, we give permission then for creativity to flow through us, which for me is really why we're here. We're here as a gift of the divine, and we're here to return to the divine, our beauty, our heart, which is our expression in whatever way feels aligned, exciting, and pure to us in that moment. Be it through our words, be it through our dance, be it through our song, be it through our service of teaching children, of working at a place that truly brings you joy. So when we get into these spaces where the energy is so clear, it's really powerful. It's really powerful, because when we remember that we are the divine, and this is what the Temple of Isis rituals do. We don't need to go to this Magdalene Chapel, even though it's beautiful. We don't need to commune with the plant spirits, even though it's beautiful. We can enter into ceremony together and in witness of each other through the technology of Heka, the formula for magic. And I will do another video about Temple of Isis rituals for all of you who are interested. But through that ritual, we have an experience of our own divinity. And when we have that experience, it is the most empowering thing we can ever live. Because God is God. And God has no shame. God is not doing things wrong. Everything that you do is of the divine. It is an aspect of the divine. So there's no more shaming, no more blaming, no more playing small, no more doubt. It's very powerful. So anyways, the energies as I entered into the chapel were very much this full embodied experience of that. I closed my eyes and I saw this image of the Christ on the cross. And I was like, wow, this is one of the biggest moments in time where the timeline truly got polluted. To believe that we have to suffer for humanity. I'm not saying that I don't believe that Jesus was crucified. I'm saying that the story that he needed to suffer for the sake of humanity is not true. Perhaps for the sake of truth and for the sake of reminding us at this moment about his true teachings, symbolically, something happened. This is big, and it's the first time I'm speaking it out, so thank you for bearing with me, because it just happened yesterday. So it's not that I don't believe he got crucified, but I think the biggest lie is that he had to suffer. Because what does that tell us? It says we need to suffer because Christ suffered for us. Actually, he just wanted us to enjoy life. The biggest program, the biggest pollution in our belief is that enjoying life, pleasure in life, is to be shameful. Like when in the Garden of Eden, Eden ate the apple from the tree, the forbidden apple. And in that moment, the shame around enjoyment, whoa, crazy. These programs are really deep and they go back very far. So as much as Christ is, these core Christ teachings are re-emerging, Magdalene's teachings are re-emerging powerfully into the light, we get to also witness the very false story that they have perpetuating in culture for over 2,000 years. The shame around pleasure, the shame or the belief that we have to suffer to have a good life or to live. We have to sacrifice ourselves. That's an old paradigm. That is not how we are truly wired at all. So when I was in that chapel yesterday, I was like, holy shit, this is like the deepest programming ever. Watching Christ suffer on the cross. I believe the story was completely different. What exactly, I'm not sure. I believe he, yeah, I gotta feel into that one. But what I did see and realize, and I feel very vulnerable sharing this because it's very new information for me, but what I did see is that the story of him moving through this whole process of deep suffering is one of the biggest lies. And it was created so that we believe it's important and necessary for us to suffer in our lives. Anyways, and I don't believe that's true. I believe from experience and reading ancient texts that we're here to be and vibrate unconditional love, and that is the ultimate. So thank you for listening to me. That was something that was very powerful that came through, and I'm, as you can see, still processing it all. After that moment, many other things happened, but basically, yeah, just this deep calling to listen, let go, and move in the direction of your guidance. Trust. Everything is moving very quickly right now. Timelines are collapsing that we thought were going to happen. And it's because there's something much different in store for you, for me. So just trust that. If we had known that this would happen, we wouldn't have created the appropriate conditions for what is about to emerge right now. Just a little share. Many, many blessings. Thank you so much for receiving this. I'm very curious to see what kind of responses are shared and if anyone has perhaps received more knowledge of the story. And yeah, and also just a tender request to be gentle. I know sometimes there's can be interesting comments. I don't like that so much. If anyone wants to connect more deeply, you can follow me on Instagram. I am Bianca Kempe. And if anyone wants to journey through Mystery School teachings, you can check out mysteryschooloftherose.com. Many blessings, beloveds.